This is Liberty stock number 49208. It's an 8x20 Shigiya model GP-20/50A plain cylindrical grinder. Serial number 060185. Year built 1996. Has hydraulic automatic wheel infeed, hydraulic rapid wheel infeed, automatic table traverse, spark out timer, dwell, Terry. Has 3 steady rests, a single point dresser, coolant system, mist collector, etc., etc. It is loaded.
Yeah, it's all there, isn't it? So,
yeah.
All right, let's take a walk around and show some of the major points up here. Headstock, footstock up front. Which way you're panning? Up on the controls, as long as you're there. These are all the lights to tell you where your cycle's at, basically. In-feed, machine lamp, yeah. So we can put that on there. And these are the counters and timers for the auto cycle. And as long as you're down low, here's our taper attachment or adjustment and the indicator for it. Coming down low, more electrical controls. These are from mostly motors on, cycle start stop. In-feed, hand wheel. This is amount of feed. We'll explain that in a minute. Standard hydraulic controls up front here, and of course the table hand wheel. So, yeah, which works really well. And books while you're there. We've got a couple of them. Well, actually, one's in Chinese or Taiwanese, and the other one is in English. But it's a good book. Fully operational. Electrical drawings in there. What else? Coming across here. Electric panel and hydraulic manifold down low for some of the solenoid valves they're showing, the Nachi, you can see. Electrical panel with my 220 feed coming in the top here. On the primary end, down to the lower left, that's looks like a new drive somebody put in for the workhead. It's a nice little drive. And that's it for the electric panel. Across the back end here, main disconnect. And as you go down low, we see the spindle loop pump, standalone, dedicated. Next to this, the hydraulic system. Gauges for lubrication and hydraulics on there. All works well. Main spindle motor up here. And the backside, of course.
Okay.
Up there, yeah. See, you got the hood scoop up here.
Oh, yeah.
We tie into all this. Yeah, there all is. Most of it's back here.
The steady rest.
I forgot about the steady rest. Yeah, that's all there. Yeah, there's skimmers sitting there, guards, dust collector.
Some wheels up there too. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're for this machine. They're going with the machine, that's for sure. I think they might fit.
All right.
All right, where are we at here? So, right, manual, of course, I can show this. Without the oil on, we can't do much with that, but that's the traverse. We're set up kind of short right now. We'll open it up a little bit here if I don't crash things. I am going to just turn on the oil, but not the spindle just yet. With the oil on, I can run a manual table, but to do any kind of an auto cycle, I've got to have the wheel head on. So I'm going to bring oil up. We're in the manual mode right now, neither plunge nor traverse. And I think just in this state alone, I can show the wheel in feed. I've got a mag base up here for it. In a couple of minutes. We'll do an auto cycle, and I can maybe set that up if I get it right, and just kind of show repeatability there a little bit. But here's our wheel head. I'm taking it back in, and with that on, if I bring the table on, table feed, I should be able to pick this up and catch the dogs. Let me get a chair. I can't see any of this. So, rough table speed, that's us right now. We shut it off, bring it up slowly, speed it up. Wow, I just missed my indicator. That's pretty good. And slow it down a little bit. And while we're there, dwell, maybe halfway. Now, I don't know where I'm at, maybe a few seconds. I might have gone too far, but we can back it up slowly. There we go. And we'll call for a few seconds on this one here. That's dwell. That's quite a bit. I went too far. There we go. They work. Fine table speed is right here, and rough speed and fine in-feed speed are right here. So that one I'm not even sure on fine table speed. That's a good one. I'm not even sure where to go with that. But that's the gist of it. That said, we shut this thing off. Go over to manual. Leave that alone. What else we got? We can jog the workhead here. Like I said, it's set up right now to change speeds or turn. Oh, maybe I can just turn it on. Yeah, here we go. There, as you can see it, it's just on. It's just on. Work spindle on is right there, and I can slow it down. There's nothing you can see here. It's all for the workhead. Speed it up. Bring it down a little bit. Yeah, we'll leave it right there. And you can turn that off. There's the interlock. I've got it on stop. That said, you can see the inside of it over here too. Can't open it all the way because they put these big old handles on it, which is okay. Well, maybe now we can pull it open a little bit. Here, yeah, these pop off, yeah, a little bit. You can see the drive anyhow. It's clean, works good. So you've got a range there with the belt, and then of course you've got infinite control with the frequency drive. That's pretty much it there. Working our way towards spindle on, and maybe set up a auto in-feed on plunge, which is quicker. Maybe we'll do one traverse auto feed. This is the feed dial, and this is the fine feed dial. These are what matter when you're setting up in-feed. It's a metric machine, so I'm trying to wrap my head around how many thousandths I'm moving, but just to set it up, if we bring it in on manual mode, are we in already? Can I take this back? There we go. Take that back, leave that there, and now let's see. Bring it in manual, and that should take off. Let me think. Thought we had this. In feed, I can bring it in. Oh, I'm sorry, we're all set. I don't have the wheel on, that's what it is. That's retracted, we do need the wheel to set all this up. Oil came on first. It's a 2 second, 3 second delay, then the wheel comes on. Now I should be able to bring it in on manual. Let's see. There we go. Set's full in. See the feed dial moving? And we're at size now. Not that it matters. So I'm just going to set this up. It's at 0.2 millimeter now. I'm going to go to like 0.5. And the smaller line here is my feed. And I'm going to set that up for maybe 0.01 or a touch less. Lock that in. And that's my total feed right there. At that point, I'm just going to put this at 0. And I think that's all set right now. If I send it home, return, and put it on plunge, and hit cycle, we should let that shut off. It went back to 0.5. See, so now that went back to 0. That went to 0.5. We're ready to do a cycle. I haven't set the gauge yet. We can do that in a second. I'm just going to put it in. Rapid. Rough feed, I should say, is coming on. And now fine feed right there. Yeah, all the way up to 5. And it's timing out. It's hard to show it all at once, but we've got a little timer on here of about spark out timer. So when it gets all the way in and dial stop, we got about 4 seconds, 3-4 seconds on there. You can kind of, you'll see the light come on if you're back far enough. I'm going to do another cycle. So here's my rough feed. I can stop it, see? And I'll bring it back up a little bit. Now when I hit fine, and do the same thing again. There's fine. I can shut it down. I'm just speeding along here so you can kind of see on the camera, but as you can see, I've got that thing pretty slow right now. Timeout, 3 seconds, it all goes back. And now I can just throw I think I can do the indicator on there right now. I'm gonna go over to manual, bring it in, and let it finish feeding. When it's done with finish feeding, I'm gonna try and get my indicator here on 0. And at this point, I can move the hand wheel. I'm just gonna bring it in on 0 now. Look at the gauge here. So I'm just gonna dial this up. Call that my finish size, so to speak. Put that on 0. And at this point, change my feed dial to 0. And now I'm going to send it home. Let's see if we still have the same feed, other than I just changed the position on the hand wheel right there. So let me get over on this side. I need to get in there. And we're going to go plunge. Let it finish cycling right there. We're good to go. Return, and then I'm going to hit cycle start now. There's fast to feed, feeding, slow feed, slow feed. That's pretty close right there. Timing out. And back. And step back, you can see the whole picture now with the light. Watch this. Here goes grinding, rough feed is here, fine feed is here, and then size. When size lights up, then the spark out timer takes over. And as soon as that finishes, the whole thing goes back. So let me just reach in here. I'm going to cycle start now. Grinding, rough grind. Just hit fine grind. Size, count to 3 or 4, which is the timer now, and step back, you can see the whole thing now. I'll do it again. And then one more time on the clock here too. Rough feed wheels all moving. And there's our zero position. And back. And then I guess if you want to comp it, you bring it in. I'm not a grinder. Let the feed finish its cycle. Once that's up to wherever I set it, right now I can either use the pick feed or move that around, see? And I bring it up a couple tenths, whatever I want to do. Right there. And then finish off, send it home, and repeat the whole process all over again whenever that light shuts off. And then it goes back to zero. And now if I want to change it, all I'm going to do is come back down here on the feed dial and I'll see if I get this right. For a traverse grind, I'm going to go less. I'm only going to go, oh, that's right, we have to go back to neutral. My mistake. There. Let's go to 2 and maybe put the fast to feed or fine grind 0.05, maybe 6, right about there. So now we're only going 0.2 millimeter on a traverse grind. I'm going to get this out of the way. Naturally, we can't use that. It's going to scrape the head. That's set. I'll put my dial at 0 for the sake of making it sensible. That's at 0, and we send it back home. Did I ever bring it in? I thought I brought it in. Let me see. I didn't bring it in. My mistake. One more time. Hang on. I thought I was in. Did it finish? Yeah, I'm going all the way to 8. Yeah, I doubled up on it. Let's see if I get this right. 2, I'm going to set the 2 again. Fine feed right there. And return. Let it cycle out. And traverse. Back to 0. There. Now at that point, we're on a traverse mode. I hit cycle start. I bring this guy in. Hit cycle start. Now we'll go incremental feed. We can slow this down, and you see the feed wheel moving. Both wheels move, of course. And at right about 5 or 6, 0.05 or 0.06, we'll go into fine feed. In fact, I'll shut it down just so I know when we hit it. Yeah, that might be it right there. And then we bring it up slowly. Yeah, there we go. It's a fine feed. I don't know if I set the wheel properly, but we're getting close to 0.02. I didn't reset the dial at 0, I should have, but still moving. Now watch this one, when you hit, I'll tell you, as soon as we're at 0.02, now we go over to the counter over there. Hang on a minute, we're still coming in. I thought we were there. See, I wanted to see the counter work. We're going
just came on.
Over plunge. Did it? Oh. There it is. Yeah, there it is. 2. I got 4 recips programmed in. I forgot where I set this. There we go. That works nice. That's it. If you want to watch that one more time, I can rapid that. Do the same thing again. Now, I'll just speed it all up so you can watch all this go back after that counter is done. I'll go lots of feed, lots of small. There. Let it go up one more time, stay back on it. You'll see the counter. After the counter finishes, you'll see it all back up to 0. Another 2,000s to go, 1,000. Just about there. There it is. Now we're counting over there, and as soon as that's 2, 3, one more recip, and she'll all back up. Cycle complete. Yeah, so it sets up nice, it all runs good. That takes care of that. What did I miss? So I said the only thing I wasn't sure of is fine table speed. I'd have to read the book for that. Everything on this thing works well. The timers work good. Wheel sounds good. We got lube up, and that's about everything we're going to show for now. I'm going to shut down the wheel head. There is a timer in there for the oil to keep the oil running until this thing comes to an absolute stop. So I'm going to shut off wheel head first. If you wait it out, we'll see. Well, you know, I didn't show the timers on the auto cycle for the in-feed timer. They do have 2 timers on workhead and footstock. Let this thing wind down. If you want, we could just fire it up and just do that and dial them up. It only takes a second. I haven't changed anything. Let the wheel head stop. It's a nice feature over here. I just haven't figured it all out yet how to put it all together. Let's see how close we've got the timer set. There it is. That's good. So let me just do these ones real fast. That said, oil's still on. Let me bring the wheel back up. Let's go back into a traverse. We're still in traverse. We can bring it right in, and I can play with these. Slow that down a little bit. Let me come over here. Now this is in conjunction with the hydraulic Terry, but every time it hits, if you look, get down low level on this thing, yeah. I can dial both of these up. I'm going to dial this one long. See that? That one's quick. This one's long. I'm just going to wait, timing, and then I'll do the same thing with this one. So it's fully controllable. We're at size. We're recipping. See, it's so long now, I've got these things set up that it's not even going to count recips. There we go. So I will go back down to 0. So at 0, it just goes fast. You've got the dwell down here hydraulically, and then you've got the in-feed timers, and I guess you'd have to go through the book and learn how to utilize them properly. So one more time, we're going to shut that down and shut our hydraulics off. Yeah, it's a pretty slick machine. There's a lot going on with this thing. I didn't mention it, but the workhead footstock, if you just kind of zoom in here, does work. If you have position, you would just want to in-feed at one side or the other, or both. We run both, obviously, so that all works. Show so much in a short video. Yeah, I said there's a lot going on with this machine. Should be just about it right there. Yeah, there it is.